scared to death. Somebody's going to end up dead. And it's just not right.
Broken bones, an attack with a pizza slicer, and even a staffer punching a child in the head. Those are just some of the disturbing details we found going through thousands of pages of state records involving child care centers throughout Minnesota.
And in some cases, children ended up in the emergency room and others needed surgery. Fox 9's Mike Manzoni spent months looking into this and uncovered that abuse and neglect reports at daycare centers are on the rise.
I don't care. Sit down. No, you are not listening. You're taking a break. Don't look at her like she's going to help you.
We started looking into daycares earlier this year after videos surfaced showing a staffer screaming and grabbing kids in Plymouth.
I did not tell you to get up. Come on, let's get cleaning. This is what you're doing until our toys are picked up.
The state investigates these kinds of incidents. We requested records from the last couple of years and found more than 200 reports that detailed all kinds of abuse. Most of them involve neglect, like staffers looking away for minutes at a time, but at least a couple dozen or so of them involved verbal, physical, or sexual abuse. And more than half a dozen of them involve broken bones.
There's so many centers with so many problems.
You start seeing abuse everywhere once you know it's there, and it's shocking how much is out there.
Records show a staffer at one daycare attacked a child with a pizza slicer. That kid needed surgery and now has a permanent scar.
Oh, no, no.
In another case...
Back that up. What'd they say, a pizza slicer?
Everywhere once you know it's there, and it's shocking how much is out there.
Records show a staffer at one daycare attacked a child with a pizza slicer. That kid needed surgery and now has a permanent scar. In another case, an employee at another daycare hit a child with an iPad. And at another daycare, a staffer forced children to eat until they vomited, flipped over their cots while they slept, and dragged them across the floor.
The entire time she was at that daycare, she was...
So a lot of these people sound like they have problems and shouldn't have been around kids in the first place.
Being abused.
Janice DeGonda found bruises all over her 5-month-old daughter's body.
It just kept happening. She kept coming home with marks. You always hear of things like this happening in like movies and TV shows. You never expect that it's going to happen to you.
It happened at Small World Learning Center in Blaine last year. We also spoke with the baby's grandmother. She still blames herself for not noticing the abuse sooner.
I feel like in some ways I failed my daughter and my granddaughter because I should have seen more. And I didn't.
Abuse reports nearly doubled from 2022 to 2023, shooting up from 57 to 100, and they continued to rise last year.
How much higher do these have to get before more eyes see it and more people step in to try to stop it?
It's a pretty safe system. There are individual bad actors, and we do what we can to try to identify them, but it's not a foolproof thing.
We sat down with Randy Keyes. He's the Inspector General at the Department of Children, Youth, and Families, which oversees daycares. His office has about 140 staffers, with 8 of them working on maltreatment investigations. Any sense of why there's that very clear upward trajectory? Is it happening more, or are you just catching maltreatment more?
I can't answer for what happened at DHS. We're a new agency. We've started to work now as a separate agency. We've been here since June, and so, I have information currently, but I haven't looked at DHS's historical information.
That is a good point, or because it makes you think with the age of technology, more people on social media and everything like that, is it a rise in stuff like this happening? Or has it always been like this and just more people are documenting it and showing it, presenting it on social media for the world to see? It's a good point. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of crazy, bad people out there.
So we're just not sure, I guess, why there's been an upward trend.
I don't have any information.
When the state uncovers maltreatment at a daycare, it has several options. It can either fine the daycare $1,000 or $5,000, depending on what happened. It can also suspend or revoke the place's license. And when it comes to the employees involved in the abuse, it can report them to the state's background check unit and disqualify them from ever working with children again.
We're seeing it increase, so we need to focus on it.
Republican State Representative Nolan West is trying to find ways to stop abuse at daycares, and this is personal for him.
There's a bruise about an inch, maybe 2 inches tall and an inch wide on her leg that looked like somebody grabbed too hard.
His daughter was just 6 months old when she was abused at that same Blaine daycare. I just want to go through some of the things that we found when we reviewed these incident reports. A staffer who attacked a child with a pizza slicer. That child required surgery, was left with a scar. A staffer hit a child over the head with an iPad. One staffer punched a child in the head. And it just goes on and on. Who's looking out for these kids?
Well, every single parent to where this happens to you, it becomes your all-consuming mission to prevent this.
This past legislative session, he co-authored 2 bills that the governor signed into law. One requires daycares to install surveillance cameras and forces facilities to keep the footage longer after an incident. The other requires hospitals and birth centers to educate parents about abuse. But he says the state needs to do more.
I'm going to be advocating for more increased safety measures the rest of my time in the legislature. It's the most important issue.
Representative West says he plans to introduce more bills next year, including one that would increase fines for daycare violations and another that would enhance background checks.
And somebody needs to tell us what to do next, because I'm ready to fight. We need to take care of our children.
I understand.
For Fox 9, I'm Mike Manzoni.
Absolutely crazy, y'all. Y'all heard some of that stuff. Some daycare worker attacked a child with a pizza slicer and sliced his face. You got hitting kids with iPads, punching kids in the face. Sometimes you can't trust these daycare workers with your kids. That's why I'm always an advocate of the, if possible, at least for while the kid is growing up before he goes to school, is one parent working, or if that's possible, one parent working, one parent taking care of the kids. But you never know, it could be. Abuse can happen anywhere. And maybe when they go to school, they might start getting abused by other kids, bullied. Yeah, hopefully not abused by teachers at school, but you never know. You never know. You just got to watch after your kids, ask them questions, talk to them, be proactive in their lives. Because the last thing you want to do is find out when it's too late. It's a crazy world, y'all. It's a crazy world. Please look after your kids, look after your wives, look after your family. And if you see something wrong or think something wrong, ask the questions. Ask the questions. It is a crazy world, but we got to review the world together. We have to review the world together. Absolutely crazy, y'all. Let me know your thoughts on that whole situation. Let me know if you disagree with anything I said. All right, everybody, remember this is AC Reviews the Word. Remember to like and subscribe.